Welcome to RCindustry.
Hey, it's Rick here. Well, today the almanac says is the day to get the potatoes in the ground. And I normally don't plant potatoes, but you know, we're going to plant potatoes today. But before we go out and do that, let's just take a look at what all we are going to plant this year. Okay, well, if you follow the channel at all, you know that we always save our seeds, and so we have got some watermelon seeds, small dark green, that we grew last year. And then, of course, if you watch the channel, you know that we got some seeds from Kenny and Angie, but it's a little early to be planting that stuff. And then we've got our gourds. We have apple gourds, we have long neck gourds, shrunken head gourds. Oh yeah, we got those blue tall flowers that none of you could identify last year that we grew, and so I got seed for them again this year. And we got some zinnias, we got marigolds, and we got poppies. So that, and then we have got, oh, that's not seeds. Let's see, what have we got here? I think these are Big Dipper gourds here. So we got some of them. And we, this year, we have got a mix of lettuces, which is probably in the next week or so I'm going to get that in the ground. Got some Swiss chard. We have got more lettuce. And then this year I'm going to grow some of these Blue Lake pole beans. I'm going to grow those up over the trellis out there. So, yeah, so we got all kinds of stuff here. What else we got in here? Oh yes, we got some tomatoes, huskies, and ground cherries. Probably won't do a lot of tomatoes this year, but because I'm actually going to put the watermelons over where I always grow the tomatoes. But I am going to grow some of these cherry tomatoes because I love them for salads. And just enough cucumbers to have some fresh ones. We certainly don't need to make any pickles. We got plenty of pickles. And so we've got our gourd seed from last year still in here. And then we're going to actually grow some loofah sponges this year too, because I'm getting low on those and we use those a lot. So yeah, we got a lot going on this year. So let's go out and get the garden ready to put these in. These are our potatoes and they're already beginning to try to grow. So let's go get those in the ground. Okay, well, if you remember from last fall, I think we had tried to do a late crop of carrots, and I didn't never try that before. Well, they never did come up, but apparently through the winter they have come up. So we've got some carrots over here, but what I want to do today is get this ground ready so we can get these potatoes in the ground. And I want to mix up, I've got some peat moss here that I want to spread around, and I got a bag of this organic choice gardening soil that I want to incorporate into this, and because we don't use fertilizer on this or anything. So anyway, I'm going to put you up on time lapse because this is going to be kind of boring, so we'll zip right through this. Alright, show you more. Okay, so we got that kind of evenly distributed around. So yeah, we actually had an onion come up. I guess that was from last year that I failed to pick. We might stick him back in the ground. I don't want to bother my little sort of kind of row of carrots. Since they're already grown, we'll just leave them. We'll mark it there so I know where they're at. But what we're going to do here is we're just going to kind of take our old forky thing here, and we're just going to kind of turn this over and mix all that stuff up in there. See, that's all real good soil down in there. because we put our eggshells in here, and we put, I empty the compost out once a year and divide it up between the garden spots. Last year it went on the spot that has the rhubarb in it, and this year it's going to go on the place where we usually grow tomatoes, but this year we're going to grow watermelon. So, all right, you see what I'm doing. I'm going to get this all mixed up, and then we'll come back and we'll put in the potatoes. All right, show you more. Okay, so we got that all worked up, and using this fancy doogie whopper here. And so now let's get you pointed down here, and I'm going to show you how I plant potatoes. Now, I normally don't plant potatoes, as I said earlier, but this year, since we had so many spuds, I went ahead, or sprouts on the spuds, or whatever you want to call it, eyes on the potato, I don't know, I hear all kinds of stuff. Call it what you want. Google it down here. Make a comment. You tell me. Anyway, I'm going to get those in the ground and show you how I do it. Now, like I said, normally I don't plant potatoes, but this year, since we had them, I'm going to. One thing you can do is get you some 5-gallon buckets if you don't want to dig, and you can plant them in buckets. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube do that, and I have actually tried it before, and it works pretty good. This ground here in this little garden bed is very easy to dig, and especially if you've got something like this, you can just dig in right beside it and just gently lay it over, and you won't tear up any of your spuds in the ground. So, but anyway, all right, I'll show you how I do it. Okay, so like I said, we don't want to disturb our row of carrots that came up that we planted last fall, trying to get a late crop, and that really didn't work out. But so I'm just going to kind of smooth this out. We tilled it under and kind of moved it around that way with the big fork, and so I don't randomly always put things in a row. So we're just going to dump this stuff out here. And again, just showing you the way I would do it. I like to stick all this. That's actually enough that we can get 2 out of that. Get my pocket knife here. And a lot of people let this completely dry out. I don't necessarily like to do that when I have fresh ones like this. So, but anything with an eye will grow. So, cut that like that. And then we're just going to start putting them in the ground and try to remember where we put them. About every 12 inches. And let's put one here. And I'm getting that down under the ground so I can cover it up, because we still may have some frost, so we don't want to. And you can bleep bloop down below and tell me where I'm messing up, but this is just the way I do it. That don't mean you have to do it this way. Just because we do stuff like that on this channel, that may not be right for you, So, anyway, that's enough of that said, I guess. And like I said, I'm not too worried about getting them in a row, because this is just all going to turn into vines and foliage on the top, and then when that kind of dies out, that's when you know that your potatoes are done. And so that's how we're going to do it here. And again, I didn't have too many of these. Whoops, got 3 or 4 down in that one. You can always thin them out. Let's see, let's put a couple more over here. That one doesn't really have any on it. There is nothing like fresh potatoes. To me, potatoes anymore are so cheap to just buy them in the store, like we kind of talked about, but they don't have the taste that these potatoes will have. And yeah, I'm sowing them really heavy through here, but that's okay, because they will still produce. And like I said, it's easy to take this little duker and stick it down in there and flip them over, and that way you're not having so much trouble digging. Okay, so that one's still got one. Let's put him over here. I can kind of see where my holes are here. These don't have any any eyes on them. That one does. And the rest of these we'll just feed to the birds. Okay, and this stuff here, I don't want to leave that on the top because I've noticed the rabbits and stuff can't get in here, but the birds can pop down in here. If they see something, they'll try to eat it. And so I try to deter that. Okay, so we got us a little bed of potatoes sown here, rooted in, whatever you want to call it. So let's just see what happens. All right, show you more. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. We got the potatoes mudded in just like the old timers did. You know, they always said mud them potatoes in cold weather, and I tell you, it's cold because I got up this morning and there was snow all over everything, and I'm like, this is April 1st. Is this a April Fool's joke? What? Snow? The war wagon was completely covered. I thought it had been painted white. Good thing was it made the Krusty Chrysler look good because it was all white and no rust showing. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Be sure and check out all of our videos. We're going to get back to work on the Krusty Chrysler soon. I'm going to stick the show bill in right now. And of course, that is for the No Name Nationals coming up. And without all of your subscriptions, I wouldn't get to go and participate in that. So I'm really thankful for that. And I want to make a shout out to all of the other YouTubers that are trying to get enough subscribers to go to the No Name Nationals in September, into September, 1st of October. So be sure and go to their channels and check them out. You can just do a hashtag No Name Nationals. It brings in all these guys that are trying to build their channels. So, and gals. There's some gals out there too. Yeah. So anyway. So, with that being said, thanks for coming along. Early gardening, you got to get started. But we'll be planting more soon. We got all kinds of stuff. RC Industry making it just like brand used, baby.
I was walking down the street, I was minding my own affair.
Run, Tallulah, run!
Hi, baby.